Iran-UAE clash divides BRICS. Why no joint statement was issued? Recently, you had seen कि अब्बास अराक्ची जो ईरान के फॉरेन मिनिस्टर हैं उसकी एक स्टेटमेंट सर्कुलेट कर रही है सोशल मीडिया पे जिसमें उसने कहा a BRICS member state with special relations with Israel had blocked the meeting's final statement. It's very unfortunate. So Iran accuses UAE of blocking BRICS statement indirectly because Araghchi has not named any country, but what he indicates is that the country is UAE. Araghchi links the deadlock to the UAE's ties with Israel and the US. Abu Dhabi strongly rejected its accusations. The disagreement left BRICS unable to produce a common declaration and expose serious deviations inside the organization. Can BRICS remain united? The controversy raises a larger question. If BRICS members cannot agree on a major international conflict involving two of their own members, can the organization really emerge as a united geopolitical alternative to the Western-led order? The meeting ended without a joint statement. The foreign ministers of BRICS countries met in New Delhi on 14 and 15th May 2026. India hosted the meeting as the organization's chair for the year 2026. Members failed to reach consensus. तो हुआ ये कि India issued a chair's statement and outcome document instead of formal joint statement. होता क्या है ऐसी मीटिंग्स में एक joint statement होती है एक चेयर की स्टेटमेंट होती है सो इसमें हुआ क्या इंडिया ने चेयर स्टेटमेंट दे दी मगर ज्वाइंट स्टेटमेंट नहीं आई A chair statement records discussions and areas of agreement, but it does not carry the same collective authority as a declaration approved by every member. Iran wanted BRICS to condemn the US and Israel. Iran wanted BRICS to issue an explicit condemnation of the American and Israeli military campaign against it. Araghchi described Iran as a victim of illegal military expansion and called upon BRICS countries to condemn what Tehran considered violations of international law. From Iran's perspective, silence would expose inconsistency between BRICS principles and its diplomatic behavior. Araghchi blamed a member with special relations with Israel. After the meeting, Araghchi claimed that a BRICS member with special relations with Israel had prevented agreement on the final statement. He argued that this member opposed the statement because of its support for Israel and the US. Araghchi also alleged that the UAE had provided territory, airspace, military facilities, and logistical support for operations against Iran. These were Iranian allegations, not findings established by the official BRICS document. Why did the allegation point towards the UAE? Araghchi's reference to special relations with Israel pointed towards the UAE because Abu Dhabi formally normalized relations with Israel through the Abraham Accords in 2022. Also, UAE maintains security partnership with US. Also, Abu Dhabi hosts American military infrastructure. Iran sees these relationships as security threats. But UAE जो है इनको consider करता है as part of its sovereign and diversified foreign policy. Iran argues that external alliances increase Gulf insecurity. Also, Iran's FM argued that close alignment with Israel and the US had made the UAE less secure rather than more secure. ईरान के फॉरेन मिनिस्टर का कहना यह है कि जो यूएई के रिलेशंस हैं विद इजराइल एंड यूएस उसको सेफ नहीं बना रहे, उसको इनसिक्योर कर रहे हैं. Tehran's broader position in the Gulf security, तेहरान की जो पोजीशन है, तेहरान का जो कहना है वो ये है कि जो गल्फ की सिक्योरिटी है, it should be created by regional states instead of depending on foreign military powers. Araghchi also said that Iran and the UAE remain neighbors and would have to coexist over the long term. This was both a warning and an invitation to rethink regional security. UAE rejected Iran's accusations. United Arab Emirates rejected Iran's accusations. Emirati Minister of State Khalifa Shaheen Al-Marar argued that Iran was attempting to justify repeated attacks against the UAE. Abu Dhabi maintained that Iranian missiles and drones had threatened civilians and critical infrastructure. It also accused Iran of obstructing international navigation and stated that it retained its sovereign, legal, diplomatic, and military rights to defend itself. The dialogue reflected two incompatible narratives. Iran said condemn the US and Israel, recognize Iran as the victim, and also reject the foreign military involvement. On the other hand, UAE believes such language would ignore Iranian attacks against Emirati territory. This disagreement concerned which country should be recognized as a victim, UAE or Iran? Iran or UAE? Whose military action should be condemned and how BRICS should interpret the war? India recorded principles but no unified position. India's statement avoided endorsing either narrative. दोनों का narrative नहीं अपनाया गया, नहीं ईरान का, नहीं UAE का. It recorded a range of positions including support for diplomacy, sovereignty, international law, civilian protection, and safe maritime commerce. However, its acknowledgement of differing views demonstrated that the organization had failed to formulate a single position. Araghchi's allegation explains Iran's interpretation, but the official document does not declare the UAE solely responsible. Consensus protects sovereignty but enables paralysis. BRICS is an informal intergovernmental grouping that normally makes important decisions through consensus. It has no supranational government, common foreign policy, integrated military alliance, or authority capable of imposing a position on members. This arrangement protects sovereignty, but serious disagreement by one or more members can prevent a collective declaration. क्यों? कि सारे decisions consensus होते हैं, तो किसी एक member ने भी disagreement किया, agree नहीं किया किसी एक बात पे, तो उस पे consensus नहीं होगा, collective declaration नहीं होगी, collective decision नहीं होगा. Expansion gives BRICS weight and imports rivalries. BRICS का जो expansion है, उसको weight एक किस्म का weight तो दे रहा है, मगर उसमें internal rivalries जो countries की हैं, वो भी ज़ाहिर हो रही है, वो भी import कर रहा है. Expansion has increased BRICS' geographical reach, economic significance, and claimed to represent the global south. It has also brought existing rivalries inside the organization. Iran and the UAE both entered BRICS despite opposing relationship with US and Israel. BRICS has become larger and potentially more powerful, but not necessarily more united, because its member states has their own conflicts and disagreements. BRICS is not a unified anti-Western alliance. Why? The confrontation demonstrates that BRICS should not be treated as a formal anti-Western alliance. Its members share dissatisfaction with aspects of Western-dominated global governance, but they do not share one ideology, alliance system, or definition of international security. Their cooperation is issue-based rather than absolute. Iran confronts the US and Israel. UAE maintains Western partnerships. India follows the strategic autonomy. So members cooperate selectively, not collectively. Economic cooperation survives political unity remains limited. BRICS can reform institutions without becoming a military or ideological bloc. Its credibility will depend on how it manages disputes among members. The failure does not make BRICS irrelevant. Members still cooperate on development, finance, trade, institutional reform, and greater representation for developing countries. However, economic cooperation does not automatically produce geopolitical unity. If BRICS cannot manage disputes between its own members, its ability to respond collectively to wars will remain limited. For Iran, the outcome demonstrates that BRICS membership does not guarantee diplomatic support. Neither side can escape the need for regional diplomacy. For the UAE, it demonstrates the participation in BRICS does not require abandoning Western partnerships, yet both remain geographically close and connected to the Gulf economy. Continued confrontation threatens trade, aviation, energy, and maritime security. Iran says limited automatic support from BRICS, greater tension with Gulf neighbors, pressure to defend its narrative. But on the other hand, UAE preserves Western security ties, faces regional vulnerability. Pakistan should approach BRICS through economic interests. Pakistan has pursued BRICS membership, but it should not view the grouping merely as an anti-Western organization. Its strongest case lies in trade, connectivity, development, finance, climate cooperation, and representation of developing countries. Because in case of UAE has good relations with Western countries. Also, Pakistan has good relations with US. So joining the BRICS can have challenges for Pakistan. So Pakistan should join BRICS with another perspective. And that perspective should be trade, connectivity, development, finance, climate cooperation, and representation of developing countries. Pakistan's relations with Iran, UAE, Saudi, China, and US favor de-escalation and balanced diplomacy. Use this case to explain the limits of multipolarity. Rise and limitations of BRICS, strategic autonomy, global South cooperation, consensus-based multilateralism, Iran-UAE relations, and CSS and CCE examinations. Also, this case can explain the limitations of BRICS, the complexity of multipolarity, strategic autonomy, deviance with global South, and the challenges faced by consensus-based organizations. It is evidence that a multipolar order does not necessarily produce unity among non-Western partners. In conclusion, Araghchi's accusations was the visible expression of a deeper disagreement. Iran wanted BRICS to condemn the US and Israel. The UAE wanted recognition of Iranian attacks against its territory. Both believed that both are victims. India could not reconcile these positions and issued a chair's statement instead. This does not prove that BRICS has failed. It shows that BRICS is a diverse platform whose geopolitical influence remains constrained by national interests. If you want every major international development converted into structured CSS and CCE notes, subscribe to Capos Services Academy and follow the News to Notes series with Ayaz Ali. Thanks.